Hello, thanks for watching. In this video we will draw a roof plan for a domestic dwelling. This is a view of the roof plan we're going to replicate, and for those with access to the module area there will be a PDF of this to refer to as you go through. In AutoCAD you may have your site plan drawn up with a boundary that looks something like this. For the purpose of this video we'll use this area, but what we'll do first of all is draw the roof plan, and then on the second video we will do the rest of the site plan layout. So first of all, let's create a new layer. Go to Layer Properties and add a new layer, and I'm just going to name that layer GA for my initials and roof plan. For the color I'm going to choose magenta, and for the line weight 0.25, and then we'll just make that layer current. Double click on it or click here to set current, and then we can close that down. So that layer is now current, and what we'll do is we'll draw the roof plan on the PDF also shown on screen a moment ago. So rectangle first of all, and the overall size of that is 10990 by 8790. Okay, and then we'll explode that and just start adding in the dimensions. So the outside wall is 400mm thick. Let's just explode that. Yep, offset 400. And what we'll do is we'll delete that, and once we have it fixed we can mirror it over to the other side. So 100, and we'll just use the fillet tool, but let's check that the radius is set correctly, so it should be 0, and just get that wall on the outside to the right size. Okay, like so, and then we can mirror that over to the other side, and then add in a short part of a line just for the ridge of these two gables. So these are the gable walls that rise up above the level of the roof. If you compare the other parts of the plan, that will become clear what that is. So down on this side of the plan we have a distance of 3700 to offset, and then another distance of 2802.5. okay, like so. And then if we offset by 425, that'll give us the front edge of the roof at that point. So again, use the fillet tool. I'm just hitting enter to continue the commands there, and TR is short for trim, so that'll allow me to trim off the lines there. Now where this porch part meets the roof there will be a valley, so that needs to be at an angle of 45 degrees. Hit tab, type in 45 degrees. Okay, and then if we mirror that, it will allow us to see where that part of the roof is. Again, I'm just using TR there, and we can take out that part and then add in a line for the ridge. Now at this stage we need to offset by 400 again at the front, and offset by 100. Just to add in the parts of the wall at the front here, again, when you're using this fillet tool, you just always must make sure that the radius is 0 if you're using the tool in this way. Obviously it can be used to provide specific angles. Okay, so that's the main elements of the wall and roof shown. And then what we need to add in is the windows. So we'll offset by 200 millimeters here to this side, and then a distance of 650 needs to be offset, and then 2600. Okay, and then another distance of 2745 for where the top of these long windows are. So at this stage what we can do is trim out where those lines are to give us the position of where the window will be. And again, just get rid of those. Sometimes you do have to be careful not to trim too much. So if you look at the window on both sides of the building, it is symmetrical, so we can mirror that at a later point. So that's offset by the distance of the frame, which is 50 millimeters. So 50 down from the top, 50 up from the bottom, and in from both sides. And then we need to trim down at the bottom here again, just to show where the frame starts and finishes. Likewise at the top, and just make sure that's done accurately. And then if we work out where the other parts of the frame are, it's equidistant, so offset by 800 from both sides, and then 50 to get the next element of the frame, and then we can just do a distance check there, di, in between is 800. Okay, so that's all the elements of the roof showing. We just need to try and indicate in some way what finish that has. So that's offset by 200 a number of times. There are different ways of doing this, obviously. We could use the array tool. That should allow us to pick up the frame at the far side by now. Let's just check. Okay, let's trim that out because it's a little bit overlapping there. You're never really going to see that because it's so small, but just to be 100% accurate, because at a later point you may move something, and then we can take that and just mirror it around the center point there, and then trim off on the other side here, like so. And then again, just for ease, we can mirror around the center point of that and trim out on the other side. We missed one. Okay. Now what we could use here is the array tool and have one column. Let's try 7 rows, and the distance should be 200. Okay, so we can go up a little bit further and then select that and explode it, and then with the top one we can now extend that over to the far side and offset again by 200. Okay, and extend to here, and we can fill in the gap again. We'll use the array tool for that. One column. Let's try 8 rows this time, and distance of 200. Okay, that was one too many. Okay, let's just explode it. use the right tool again, offset by our 7 rows again, offset by 200. Okay, that looks good. Again, maybe just explode that to leave it a little bit easier for what we want to do in a moment. So let's pick up the elements of the window that we want to mirror over first of all, along with one line from the bottom and all the lines up the side. In fact, maybe just mirror all of those and we can then delete the alternate ones. So let's delete like so. Obviously we could do the array tool and make it a distance of 400 from the other side, but this is probably just as quick. And we'll delete some of the lines over here, just so that when you're looking at it from a plan point of view, it's obvious which side is which and where the ridge is. That's why we're making a difference between the spacing on the two sides. Obviously in reality, both those sides would be fully filled in with tiles, and then there's a little element there just we need to trim out in the middle. And then the one element that needs to be finished still is the part down here, so that's offset by 200 on this side, because there's a small distance there. That shouldn't be too hard to do. And let's do 400 on the other, and that will be every other row it meets up with. And let's use the extend tool and just pick up those lines like that. Okay, so that is more or less the finished roof plan for the given drawing, and hopefully that's where you'll be able to get to as well. Thanks for watching the video. Please feel free to like or share, and you can also subscribe to my channel.